Welcome, ladies and gents, to the world-renowned Bolton Art Gallery and Aquarium, and I might not agree with the idea of having an art gallery and an aquarium together for a couple of good reasons, i.e. spillages and the humidity effects of having such a volume of water near artwork. But there is one thing I do agree with, and that is the beautiful floor that you can see behind me. Very retro, and it looks rather nice in this building. But we aren't here for retro floors, no, we are here for football, so without further ado, let's head into Football Manager. Okay, ladies and gents, before we crack on with today's game, our catch-up games and an FA Cup draw, it is of course time to have a little look in our notebook, and first of all we have our injuries. Now, as you all know, last episode we had 2 injuries to our left back, which left us with 10 men against Colchester, because, well, they are a rather dirty team. So first of all, Ben Jackson, he picked up his injury. That was a pulled calf muscle in that one, keeping him out for a couple of weeks, but he's finally made it back. On top of that, we then have Osu. He was also out for a couple of weeks, as you can see. 2 weeks with a pulled ankle ligament. Thankfully, he is also back as well. And we are pretty much up to full strength. Another injury we picked up as well is to Tay Von Campbell. Now, that was 7 to 10 days. Picked that up in training. I can't... there we go. Pulled ankle ligament was his injury. But on top of that, we do have some good news. And the good news comes in the form of awards. Yes, awards. So, sorry, there's another one which isn't an award. So, Mason is happy to be here because, of course, he's been filling in at that left back position. We then have the goal of the month. Now, the goal of the month, as you can see, goes to Sean Goss with this lovely effort. As well as that amazing goal from Goss, Williams also picked up the Young Player of the Month award and the Player of the Month award for League One. On top of that, he even decided to dedicate it to Umwa. Now, Williams has been in ridiculous form. If we have a little look, he has been our midfield equivalent of Shipley as of late. He's got 4 goals, 5 assists in the league. He's on a 7.44, and in his non-competitive games, a 9.1. Admittedly, they were against much weaker teams, but on average 7.19. Struggled a little bit in the cups with a 6.5 and a 6.4, but as you can see, that league form, a 7.44. But without further ado, let's go catch up on some games. After a close disallowed Vokes goal, Cambridge in the end nabbed this game 1-0 as they found a 52nd minute winner. Accompanied by Shipley, the B team fought gallantly in this one up until a 94th minute goal. After 2 1-0 losses, this time at home we found ourselves one of our own as Mason scored a surprise goal. Then a minute into our final game, things looked to be going well as Goss converted to give us a lead over 12th place Plymouth. However, after a plethora of disallowed goals for both sides, this one in the end finished level as Plymouth found a 66th minute goal. Right, so it's time for the big FA Cup draw. This one is big because, of course, if we win this, we will have reached the minimum requirements from our board for this competition. They expect the second round, so let's see who we get in this first round, where 87 teams will go into the hat, including, of course, our league. So let's view the draw, and we're just going to draw all teams because I'm not going to make you sit through all of this. Where have we ended up? We are at home. Nice, simple game against Poole. Okay, Poole's managed to make their way up into the Vanarama National South, so that's nice for them, but without further ado, let's crack on with today's game. And so, with all of that out of the way, it is of course game day here today, and we have some big matches. Not only do we have our game, we do of course have Burton at home to Huddersfield, which is 3rd versus 4th. We have Newport County 24th versus 15th at the other end of the table. QPR's down in 14th, that's a struggle, but QPR and Wigan, I believe, are both newly relegated, 14th versus 1st. We then have Shrewsbury in 2nd, taking on 7th place Charlton, and Wickham down in 22nd versus 18th place Colchester. All of these matches, it's either you're both down at the bottom or you're both up near the top, or somewhere, I guess, in between-ish. But without further ado, let's crack on. Enough rambling from me. As you can see in the FA Cup, we have Curzon Ashton versus Chesterfield. Very interesting game. Really do not care about that game. Really do not. But very good pitch condition here today. We've only got 12,010 tickets sold out of a 28,723 capacity here in Bolton. It's a drizzly, calm 16 degrees Celsius. And, well, we don't really have anything to apply. So that is nice. As you can see, Ben Jackson is struggling a little bit for his fitness. And let's just sort that out so it's in the correct order. As you can see, we are going for a positive mentality. And we do have our full strength lineup. The only person who's going to be missing out is Duckworth. And I guess Campbell does have a bit of a knock, but technically he could play. Duckworth, of course, unregistered. So, it's full strength lineup here today. We have Prisbeck in goal, the back line of Osu, Shipley, Adipan and Titov. On our wings, we have Lubala and Williams, with Allen and Goss in between, Pedder sitting behind Vokes, and Adigoki on the bench, Jenkinson, Jackson, Gibbs, Phillips, Chadwick and Zimba. But let's crack on. Let's get on out to pitch side, and as you can see, it's going down okay. It's going down okay in the briefing room. Not too shabby. No, not too many complaints here today. Now, we are, of course, at the University of Bolton Stadium. They've got 4 changes to their lineup. Is there anyone who particularly stands out here today on their team? You have Zach Emerson. That's an interesting one. And of course, we are trying to beat the Monk here today as we take on Gary Monk. So, go out there and impress me exactly. Let's do it punch fist. Go out there, impress us, lads. Let's do this. Only Goss. Only Goss. Got motivated by that. Okay. Hard to motivate these lads sometimes. Also, Wimbledon does have a game over us, so we're likely to slip down a spot regardless of how well today's game goes. It is a ball over to Bolton on this left-hand side, though. Up to Thomason. Thomason, ball over the top to Emerson. Emerson one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he slid it in. Thankfully, that's going to be disallowed for an offside, but we do need to worry about that for the future. By the way, Pedder has just been absolutely demolished by Thomason. Don't look like he's going to get a card for it, which is a bit weird. But can Goss do anything with it? Near post. Williams, how do you miss that? How do you miss? The goalkeeper, I don't know where he was. He was in no man's land. How did we miss? QPR, by the way, 1 minute opener. Colchester, 4-minute opener. Shrewsbury's got a 19th minute opener. And Rotherham's got 2 goals in 20 minutes, as well as Burton getting 1 at home to Huddersfield. Goals everywhere. Wigan, by the way, has just made it 2-2. Okay, Wigan. Spicy. Go. Oh, no, you didn't go 2-0 down. It went 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, and now 2-2. But in this one, it's been a rather dull game. They've had 6 shots, absolutely none of them ending up on target. We've had 8, but only 2 on target. Our passing's been good. We just haven't had the clinical finishing. So it's time for everyone to... You know what? I'm not happy with the performance, lads. That finishing has been terrible. So I'm going to point. I'm going to tell them assertively. It's worked with pretty much all of them. Shipley, Allen, and Vokes, not particularly, though. Allen is on a yellow card. I do want to take him off. He's struggling, he's on a yellow card. But we are going to wait to our usual substitution time, because we take on Forest Green in about 3 days' time. So I'd like to make our substitutes as late as possible so we can get as much out of our players in each match. Pim, though, is going to knock it out of play, and we, ladies and gents, have a corner here a couple of minutes into the second half. But can we do anything with it? Goss, where's he going to go with this one? Back post, Vokes. Can he get onto it? No, he cannot, as the ball is headed away out for a throwing. So we're up to 4th, even with a draw at the moment, but as you can see, there is a 4-point gap between us and Burton. So we are... Pedder is going to be one who's going off, that is for sure, as we are here in the 64th minute. So, who are our tired players? Okay, Allen, we might have to risk, because as you can see, Goss, Adiapan and Pedder are our most tired players. 2 of those are some of our better players, though. Will Adiapan is on 7.5 right now. And I don't know what his international fixtures look like. I don't know if he's actually going to be available for the next game. So do we risk him? That is the question. That is the ultimate question. But right now, Gibbs is going to come on for Goss. Pedder for Chadwick. We can then do... 6-4. 6-4 is really struggling. But I think we risk it. I think we've got to risk it for the biscuit. So Jackson is going to go on. He is going to play on the left-hand side. I know right-hand side, sorry. He probably prefers to be on the left, but he's going to have to stick it out on that side. Now, as you can see, 3 on target from 10. We are going to demand a little bit more from the lads. We've had 51% of the possession. Do we go attacking? They are top of the relegation. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's get gutsy. Let's go for the win. Burton Albion. Oh, come on, Huddersfield. That is good news for us if we can pick up a victory here today. If they can hold them to a draw, it doesn't help us if we draw. But if we can pick up a victory, it would allow us to overtake Burton. All right, now, Titov throws it into Williams. Back to Titov. Whips it in. Shipley, free header. Can't keep his header down. Our finishing today has been non-existent, quite frankly. Non-existent. Ladies and gents, we're going to have to settle for a 0-0 ball draw in this one, as Titov is our best performer on a 7.8. As you can see, our defence was great. Our goalkeeping was okay. Allen, he struggled. Lubala definitely struggled on that left-hand side. And Vokes, he was just bang average on a 6-7. In the end, we created plenty of opportunities with 14-2 there. 8, but 3 on target to out of 14. It's absolutely dismal. Absolutely dismal. Great passing on 90%. And possession at 52%, but in the end, poor finishing is what cost us. Now, we are going to be versing Huddersfield in the next episode, a team who we, of course, played in the Papa John's Trophy. Now, I don't know how many of their starters were in that, but we, of course, played with our B team, and we gave them a pretty good game, so hopefully we can pick up a victory in the next episode, fingers crossed. But I thank you all for joining us in this one. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.